Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Big Four podcast. We have a full crew today. Alex has arisen. He's back for the first time in a while.
Yes, like Jesus Christ, he has risen.
That's right. And we have Max, frequent guest of the podcast, who was here last year to preview some college basketball. Did a great job in that episode. Really was informed coming into that podcast.
We picked every game right.
Yeah, we hope he's even more informed this time. We got a couple games.
Watched every game today.
We got a couple games to cover. We'll pick some games for next week. Let's start with Michigan State. They defeated Eastern Michigan today, hanging on by a thread there at the end, but they did defeat Eastern Michigan. And let's see, what do you guys think about this game? Luke.
Yes. Big win. They show they're still in charge of the state of Michigan since Michigan's a poverty program. And, good win for Michigan State. What's his face looked good. Foster Lawyer. Scored the first points of the game.
All right. Alex?
I agree. I don't take a lot from it because Eastern Michigan is a terrible program and should be kicked out of the state of Michigan from now on because they don't belong there. And Foster Lawyer was the leading scorer. That's all I have to say.
Max?
Listen, I don't put any stock into any of these games. Watching, I have no idea. Watching these, Power 5 teams take on mid-majors and blow them up by 30. So I certainly did not watch today's game. I'll watch them next week, though. I'll see how good Michigan State is on Tuesday.
And, we'll see if Duke pulls out, just like they pulled out against Gardner-Webb.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they were too afraid to play him.
Yep. So, totally scared. But yeah, that neutral site game next week will be interesting.
Mike, thoughts on your team?
Well, I was very happy coming into the game. I didn't know what to expect. I knew we were going to win. It was just I was looking at, who's going to perform, who's going to come out and play well. And I thought, a lot of people played well. I thought that Foster Lawyer, he looked like he's really improved, especially on defense. Eastern Michigan's got some decent transfers they got in there. They scored the ball pretty well. And Foster played all right. 6 for 10 from 3. That's perfect. That's what we need from him. Aaron Henry played well. My guy, Joey Hauser, played a great game. 16 points in his Michigan State debut. That was great. And the one thing I love about this team is that we got a ton of depth. We can go 8 or 9 deep. And we got, probably 8 starting caliber players. And, of course, we can't really start all 8, obviously. And Chris is going to go after me because of that. But Foster here in the job over Rocket. And maybe that'll kick Rocket in the ass. Maybe that'll make him want it more. But Foster in the job. He played well. And I think this Michigan State team could be one of the best defensive teams Izzo's had. And I think it's probably the best shooting team he's had. I mean, everybody out there can shoot the ball. Besides the center. I mean, you got Hauser, who shot it at 43% at Marquette his freshman year. You got Lawyer, who shot it at 45% last year. Henry's getting better at shooting. Langford, 40% before he got injured 2 years ago. So this team's going to be able to shoot. And we can go pretty deep. We're a pretty small team, and we lost Xavier Tillman, so rebounding's not going to be as good this year, I don't think. But hey, we're right in the thick of things. I think we'll be right there at the end for the Big Ten championship, and it still rolls through East Lansing. And next week we'll see how good this team actually is. I mean, obviously, I don't think we're nearly as good as we can be, especially on defense. I think we got a lot to improve.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just begin here with this. I just been all off season. Oh, Rocket Watts. Rocket Watts this. Rocket Watts that. He's going to be our best player. He's the best player in the Big Ten. He's going to score 18 points a game. He's going to score 18 points a game. The guy doesn't even start. Foster Lawyer beat him out for the starting position. Foster Lawyer. A little 5'10" point guard. Are you kidding me? That is
okay. And first of all, we played a zone team, and nobody plays zone anymore.
I don't care.
It was a completely different game
Mike,
plan. Foster Lawyer is a shooter, and that's what you need against zone. You need a shooter out there.
So you're gonna okay.
Rocket is
no.
Rocket's a slasher.
So you're gonna tell me
Syracuse played.
You're gonna tell me that that Rocket Watts did not start this game because against Eastern Michigan, who had 7 players ready to play, because he was a slasher.
No, but I think it comes down to matchups. When you're this deep and you have 8 starting caliber players, it comes down to matchups.
Mike, they were playing Eastern Michigan, who had 7 players. They play a zone game. I don't care what they do. It's Eastern Michigan.
Guess what? We're not going to play another zone team for the rest of the season.
I don't care.
I'm not too worried about it.
Rocket Watts, 2 points.
Okay.
This guy sucks.
We won the game.
This guy sucks.
He sucks, Mike.
Yes, he sucks and blows. He's not good at the game of basketball. This guy sucks. I'd be surprised by the end of the year if he was actually in the rotation. The way Tom Izzo's treating him right now.
I mean, he averaged 16 points a game.
Yeah, he averaged 9 for the whole entire season last year, and you treated him like he was the second coming of Jesus all off season.
He's very good. He's a very good
player. The guy
sucks.
sucks.
He's a very good scorer,
he doesn't even start.
Elite defender. He'll play 30
Foster
minutes a game. I'm not too concerned.
Lawyer beat him out to
start.
Not
too concerned about it.
All right. Other than that,
guess what? When we play a real team that has a point guard who can score, Foster Lawyer will not be playing as much as he does now.
Other than that, I'll go over the rest of Michigan State's embarrassing win today. So we have Langford. I thought he looked decent. I'm a little concerned. I'm not really sure why Aaron Henry only got 3 shots when he's the best player on the team.
Because we played his own team.
And so that's a little ridiculous. I blame Izzo for that. And
no, because he's a slasher. We're playing his own team.
Mike, I don't care. You have the guy. I mean,
you asked the questions. I gave you answers. It's really as simple as that. You can say the answers are wrong. Fine, but I'm not wrong.
So Gabe Brown gets 7 shots, but Aaron Henry gets 3. Okay.
Gabe Brown made his shots. I mean,
the guy sucks.
All you want.
He sucks.
The guy sucks.
I also want to look at
4 for 7 from 3.
Thomas Kithier starts for Michigan State. That's just another thing to keep in mind.
Who do you want us to start?
You don't have anybody. That's my point. Your team sucks and blows.
He's a solid player. He's a good defender.
He sucks.
He's a good rebounder.
Awful. He's like 6'8".
Yeah, he is 6'8". What's your point?
He's playing your center position. He's 6'8". This is
Marcus Bingham will play a lot too. It's center by committee for Michigan State.
No, your team's just not good. Your team sucks.
Yeah, my team's
That's what I got out of this.
Best team.
That's what I got out of this game today. Okay, let's move on. Michigan.
No.
Michigan with a very convincing win today over over Bowling Green. Thoughts on this game, Luke? Go ahead.
Yeah, congrats to Michigan for finally beating a Ohio team in a sport. Obviously, they have to go out and schedule Bowling Green to do it. But, whatever gets the job done, they can finally brag that they beat an Ohio school. It's too early to tell. I didn't watch the game, but we all know Juwan Howard will screw this up. Michigan will probably start like 8-0. Chris will be like, oh, this is the greatest team I've ever seen. They're going to win some tournament, some or wherever the hell they were. Straight games, going to finish 8-20, and that's going to be their season because Juwan Howard's a bum.
Okay, great Wi-Fi from Luke as always. Alex.
Well, you stole that. I was going to say impeccable audio there from Luke, but I thought it was a little bit closer than it should have been. Obviously, it was a 14-point win, but watching the game, it was within 10 to 15 the whole game. I thought Livers looked good. I was surprised they started Austin Davis. I don't really like him. He doesn't do anything, but, you live and you learn. Eli Brooks, I don't want him anywhere near the court because he's terrible.
Get out of here with that garbage take.
Yeah, he's not good. I don't know why you like him. He's not good. But other than that, I think they look pretty good all around. They shot the ball well from the outside, which is nice to see from last year. They shot 37% today from deep. As opposed to last year where they go into game and shoot 9% from deep. So that was nice. But I don't take anything from this. Bowling Green is just not a good team. They will not be a tournament team. and they won't make any noise on the
That's
MAC.
not true. They were picked number one. They were picked number one in the MAC.
They are not a good team.
No, Eastern Michigan's better.
No. By the coaches, Bowling Green was picked number one in the MAC.
Yeah, the coaches also said
I did watch the
Bowling
game. They're
Green
very good offensively.
No.
Yes, they are. Justin Turner,
they made
or whatever his name is, the Turner guy. He's good.
They made a lot of
Chris, I think you're taking too much out of the first game of the year for all these games.
No, that's not true.
Luke, outside of their football team, their basketball team loves peaking in November. So you guys have to keep that in mind.
Their football team was peaking in October, and they couldn't figure out how to do that this year.
Right. Exactly.
No, we're peaking in November in football. We just beat Rutgers. All right, Max, you have anything else to say about this?
But it's a peak.
Max, you have anything else to add?
I don't. Like I said, I don't pay attention to Big Ten or Power 5 teams going up against mid majors in November.
Well, at least we play them and don't back out.
This is great. We have a Big Ten podcast, and we have someone who just said, "I don't care about the Big Ten." On it.
I said I don't care about. No, whoa! That's not what I said. I said I don't care about Power 5 teams going up against mid majors in November.
You don't like bye games? That's the best part of college basketball season.
No, because we're expected to win all the time, so when we lose, it's a huge story.
Well, then don't lose. It's called a bye game for a
reason.
That's
why they backed out. That's why they backed out against Gardner-Webb. They didn't want to lose.
Yeah, that's why we backed out. Right.
All right. Great win for the Wolverines today. I was very impressed.
You not going to let me talk, or are you going to let me go
at the end? I suppose you can speak. Luke has just left the thing. That's nice.
Yeah, I was not impressed. Michigan's defense is terrible once again.
Well, we already knew that. That's late news.
This Michigan team, what are they, 6th or 7th in the Big Ten? I mean, they're okay. They're a solid team, tournament team, 6, 7, 8 seed in the tournament. I mean, maybe, and they'll probably be similar in the Big Ten tournament. So they'll have, whatever seed they are in the Big Ten tournament, they'll be in the NCAA tournament. So probably like a 7 or 8 seed. Listen, Michigan finished 9th in the Big Ten last year, and they lost their 2 best players. And considering that, they played pretty well. They got some decent transfers in there. Mike Smith is about 5'0", and he plays no defense. But hey, he's like he's a poor man's version of Foster Lawyer, basically.
Oh my God, get out of here!
And Michigan, Shawnee Brown, all right, he's okay, but he couldn't play. He couldn't start at Wake Forest, so he's not that good. Didn't win anything there. They're decent. They're an okay team, but they're not better than Michigan State. They're not better than Iowa. They're not better than Wisconsin. They're not better than what's the other team? Illinois. Certainly not better than Illinois. Not better than Rutgers. And they're right on par with Ohio State. I think Minnesota's creeping up on them too. I really like what Minnesota's doing. The transfers that got eligible. That Robbins kid from Drake, he's going to be really good for them. But yeah, I mean, Wagner, he was disappointing last year. He was disappointing today. He couldn't shoot the 3. Davis sucks. He's worse than Kithier. I don't know why you talk about Kithier.
No,
like
he's not. Get out of here.
And your team is in
trouble. At least my center is 6'10", not 6'6".
Your center is 6'10", and he can't rebound.
No, he rebounded the ball very well today.
Yeah, that's a big problem. And Michigan, listen, their schedule's a joke. They're going to start probably 10, 11-0 once again for about the 3rd straight year. And they'll finish 500 after that point the rest of the year. I mean, it's going to happen. It just happens it's like clockwork with Michigan basketball.
You said Austin Davis can't rebound. It's the only reason he's on the floor.
Yeah, well,
he literally can't do anything else.
Well, when you play Bowling Green, did you see the Bowling Green's big man? My God. I don't know how that kid got a Division I scholarship. To be honest.
That was bad.
But hey, I mean, gotta give Bowling Green. I'll give Bowling Green some credit. They're a decent team. But Michigan, you can't give up 82 points to a MAC team. You just can't do it if you want to be successful.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned Mike Smith being 5'0" and can't play defense. It's like another Michigan great that I know Chris loves is Derek Walton Jr. He kind of reminds me of him a little bit.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Foster Lawyer, but Foster Lawyer is a way better shooter. So.
Oh, God. All right, here's what I saw today. I'm not surprised with a poor defense, and it's going to be like that all year. That's the bottom line. Brooks is a good on-ball defender, and that's pretty much it. Nobody else really defends very well.
But Eli Brooks is your best at anything. That just shows how crap.
Well, he's our best defender, and we don't really have anybody else that defends very well. That's going to be a problem all year. But the staple of this team is going to be scoring the ball. That's what they did today. Sean D. Brown, he got hot in the second half. 19 points, led the team in scoring. Very impressed with him. That's a great get by Juwan Howard in the transfer market. He can really shoot the ball.
There's no way that kid should be eligible. If Joey Hauser wasn't eligible last year, there's no way in hell that guy should have been eligible.
Well, he is, and he's a very, very
just because Michigan's a big brand, they get breaks.
He's ridiculous. A great guy to have off the bench, and obviously we got Johns and Dickinson who played very well today off the bench as well. We are a very deep team.
Everybody's eligible this year.
No, that's BS. They haven't done waivers for everybody. There was a kid. I can't remember what school he's from, but his waiver got declined. It's BS. They don't have any system to actually say who should be playing or not.
The Ohio State kid from Bucknell got declined, and then they said you can't decline him if this year doesn't count for eligibility. And they're like, you're right, and now he's accepted.
Yeah, it's BS. Complete BS.
Yeah, okay.
Ridiculous.
Livers, good game from Livers. Brooks was pretty good.
He's just not good, Chris. He's not a good player.
I know you've hated Livers ever since he came to the school. I don't know why, but Brooks, good game from Brooks, and I was really, really, really impressed with Mike Smith today. He did score the ball pretty well, 16 points, but he is a great passer. He had 8 assists. He made a lot of really, really good passes.
Chris,
he's going to be a great player for us.
Foster Lawyer had more points than Mike Smith.
Okay, Mike Smith took 6 shots and had 16 points.
Foster Lawyer took 10 shots. He went 6 for 10.
Okay.
He's better.
Well, actually, Mike Smith went 4 for 6. That's a better percentage. So that means Mike Smith is better.
No, that's not true.
It is, actually.
Nope, not true.
Okay. Well, yeah, good game today overall. I was impressed with the ball movement. There was nobody was stagnant on offense, and that's a good win over Bowling Green.
How many assists does the team did Michigan have in this game?
23.
23?
Yeah.
Michigan State had 22 assists on 23 made shots, so that's embarrassing.
Okay. Well, we played
Michigan
Bowling Green.
Had 23 or 27
we
made
played,
shots.
We played Bowling Green, and they're the best team in the MAC, so that's a good win for Michigan. All right. Ohio State with their really impressive win today over Illinois State. Luke, what are your thoughts on your team?
Well, obviously, I think one thing we're going to struggle with is going to probably be interior defense. We're very small. We have 2 very young centers, so we'll see how they develop. But we got everything else. We have probably the best in the Big Ten. We have the best forwards. We have the best guards. Can't even debate it. Justice Suing tonight, this afternoon, 19 points in his first game as a Buckeye. That's justice. He's coming for justice this year. He's going to be the Big Ten Player of the Year. We're at number 14. That's obviously a lucky number. Hopefully Seth Towns can get healthy, get in him and Seth Towns, Justice Suing, Seth Towns. What a dynamic duo that would be. Then you have Dwayne Washington, C.J. Walker up top a little bit. Sprinkle in a couple other guys that can run the guard point. And then Kyle Young and E.J. Liddell are going to play the 4-5 role. They're both very capable. They're just a little undersized, so we'll see how that goes. But those about 7 guys are going to make up the best team in the Big Ten.
All right, Alex.
Go ahead, Max.
No, I was just about to say I like this Ohio State team. I was reading a little bit on Twitter about them. Obviously when you're at 23, you're not necessarily slept on, but in terms of the Big Ten, not many people have them winning the conference.
That's right, man. Slept on.
Yeah, they are. They are slept on as a football school. I think that they can make a little bit of noise this year. I don't think they've been as deep since like the Russell years, the Angelo Russell years. So I didn't watch today's game, but I'm not surprised they won handily against Illinois State. And
Illinois State, that's a good team. That's a good team.
Who do they play in the ACC next week?
I think they play Notre Dame.
No, you're overlooking. They got a tough UMass Lowell matchup.
That's a good point.
Oh, my fault, Alex. Yeah, right. No, I like this team though.
Yeah, Luke brought up a good point. Illinois State is always a great contender in the Missouri Valley. great team. But I was more impressed with Ohio State, how they got the ball inside today. I thought Liddell looked great. He's got potential to be a breakout star for them this year. And I just thought they controlled the game from start to finish, and I thought they handled their business exactly how they should have. I will say I wish Michigan kind of put on this kind of performance against a similar team. Bowling Green,
well, if they played Illinois State, they would have, but they played Bowling Green.
No.
Yeah.
Chris.
No.
Illinois State is a mix between Illinois and Michigan State. You know, they're
yes,
team.
Of course.
But I thought they handled business, and I think they have some guys that can really be breakout stars for them this year. I wouldn't go as far as to say they're going to win the conference. They'll be a solid, I think, 3 to 4 seed come tournament time.
Mike?
Yeah, Ohio State's a very good team. You know, they're up there with the 10, 11 Big Ten teams that have a chance to really make some noise, make their way in the tournament. I have them like 6 or 7. I can't really remember where I had them. But shout out to Seth Towns, who got in a car accident on the way to the arena, and that's why he couldn't play. That's absolutely hilarious. Dude can't drive. He should be playing for Jim Boeheim right now.
He's not playing. They're not thinking he's going to return till December or January. He wasn't playing anywhere.
No, they said he didn't play because he got in a car accident.
No, I don't know about that.
That's what the announcer said. Anyways, Ohio State, get Seth Towns back. Very good shooter, very good forward. Ivy League Player of the Year. That's going to help them down the road. But they got some good players. I like what Chris Holtman's doing. He's getting those young recruits in, but he's also going out to the transfer market, getting guys like Justice Suing and Seth Towns to complement his players. And unlike Juwan Howard, he's actually a good coach and knows how to actually make adjustments in game. So I think Ohio State this year, they're going to be very good. They're going to be up there with they're up there in the top 6, 7 teams, and they got some young guys that can make some noise. Justin Arns, what a game for Justin Arns! 6 points, you gotta love it. He's got to be Ohio State's best player right now.
Yeah, very solid win for Ohio State. They just got a lot of good players. I don't really know if they have like that superstar player that you need to win a championship, but they just have a lot of good, really, really good players. Washington's good. Liddell's good. Justice Suing, Luke was all over that last week. He had a very good game today.
That's right.
And they don't have that many freshman recruits, do they?
We had 2 freshmen this past class.
Right. So I mean, they're all right, like Chris always says. Freshmen don't win championships, so you have to have older guys on the team. So that'll set up well for Ohio State.
That's right.
Solid win for Ohio State here. They have a good bench too. I'm impressed with the way they're very deep. They got a lot of good players. They're just a solid team. All right. We need to move on. Let's get to some Big Ten.
What's so funny?
Let's get to some Big Ten games here. All right, Illinois with a big win today. Nebraska winning. All right, every Big Ten team is winning today. But any game you want to react to, go ahead.
What a big win for Illinois. They killed them. Absolutely killed them, and they look good doing it.
All right, Alex?
Yeah, I was going to say Illinois as well. The fact that they completely doubled up the score is impressive, and they were unbelievable from the outside today.
All right, Max?
I don't know a whole lot. Nothing really to cover in particular.
Good analysis.
Rutgers.
How did you play today, Max?
Yeah, right. Rutgers won today, right?
Rutgers won today.
They played at the Rack, right? They must have been a home game against somebody.
Yeah.
Sacred Heart.
Yeah.
There you go. They never lose at home. It's a pretty safe bet to make. The Penn State Drexel game that got canceled, was that on the Penn State end of getting COVID, or was it the Drexel team?
Pat Chambers Drexel actually beat the shit out of a player, so they didn't have enough players to play.
I thought it was a COVID issue. All right then, never mind.
He got his Adrian Peterson.
Okay, and yeah, all right. So, Mike, what game jumped out at you today in the Big Ten?
Oh, all of them. The Big Ten. What a start for the Big Ten. They're looking really good. Indiana's putting a beating on Tennessee Tech. That's a great team.
Yeah.
Tennessee Tech is a mix between Texas Tech and Tennessee, so they're a very good team. Nebraska, big win over McNeese State. McNeese is really known for their basketball prowess. Maryland, listen, that game against Old Dominion was kind of a sneaky game coming in. They were favored by only single digits, and they won by 18. That's a good win for Maryland. Illinois, big win. They doubled up North Carolina A&T. Very good win. Illinois is the best team in the Big Ten right now, in my opinion. Iowa, they struggled early, but found a way to get it done. Here's what I'll say about Iowa. I saw a little bit more of what I needed to see from Iowa today. I thought Patrick McCaffrey looked good. So listen, Iowa's got to do it against the good teams, and if they can do it, then maybe I'll move them up a little bit. Purdue, what a win! That kid who's 7'4", what's his name? Ely, or that dude? He looks like he's 14 years old. He's like an inch smaller than Taco Fall, but he was making some great plays. Liberty's a good team, so that's a good.
Yeah, why local high school to play?
What?
Why were they playing in a local high school gym?
It's like a preseason tournament, right?
So they're a tournament. Yeah,
conference tournament. Anyway, yeah, Rutgers, good win. Needed that. Minnesota, watch out for Minnesota. They might be my sneaky team.
It's because of their coach. Their coach is so good.
Yeah, their coach, he's taking his players to the strip clubs, getting them ready for the game. And they got some transfers. That's all, because Richard Pitino can't recruit. So the only way he can get guys in there is if they transfer in. And he's done a pretty good job there. And Marcus Carr's still there. Gabe Kalsher's still there. And we still got Wisconsin. See if they can get it done later tonight against Eastern Illinois.
Yeah, I think Mike pretty much said it with most of the games, but I'll focus on my boys from Iowa, and they are.
We'll lose Minnesota.
Okay. Don't know what Luke just said, but Iowa. What a game from Iowa today. They are easily, not even close, the best team in the Big Ten. We got Bohannon coming back. Solid game from him. Obviously, you got the McCaffrey brothers. Patrick McCaffrey, after his redshirt season, played a very good game today. 16 points. He's a really, really good sixth man for the Hawkeyes, and they got Toussaint off the bench as well, who's very good. Garza, obviously, and then you got Wieskamp and Frederick, who are obviously great players.
They're almost as deep as Michigan State. Almost.
No, this is the deepest team I've ever seen. And then they got these two twins they just recruited, and Keegan Murray had 12 points today, 21 minutes. Very good game from him. I was really impressed with Iowa today. Hopefully they can defend at an elite level to win this conference, and I think they will. They'll get there because the McCaffrey brothers can really play defense. They can. So we'll see what happens. But great game from Iowa.
That was a great opponent that they faced as well. Some may call them.
NC Central is a perennial powerhouse.
Some may call them the best team in Durham. To be honest with you,
they are a perennial powerhouse in their conference.
Who, NC Central?
Yes.
Yeah, best team in Durham, North Carolina.
Isn't that an HBCU?
I think so.
Oh, well,
they all are.
That's a mute for Luke because I don't know what was coming after that. So we're going to move on.
Well, I was just going to say.
All right, this is something we tried last week of the football podcast here at the Big Four Podcast, and we are a very innovative podcast here, so we like to have new topics. And everybody is going to pick a game from today that they want to talk about a little bit. Luke, and this is not a Big Ten game, so don't pick the Ohio State game, Luke.
Okay, can I pick the Michigan game?
No, not a Big Ten game. Pick a game you want to talk about from today.
Well, the first game I want to talk about is who was it? The Oklahoma State at Arlington game, because somehow Oklahoma State had to travel to Arlington. It shows you how bad of a program they are, and I will not be picking them this year because I obviously that's just not. You have to go travel to a Sun Belt school. Not unacceptable. The next game I will be talking about is South Carolina, who played the College of Charleston tonight. and they beat them 119-38. What a performance by South Carolina!
That was the women's game. You know that, right? That was
the women's game.
And I'll talk about I know. I'm talking about it. Was it a
basketball
play tonight?
Yeah, but you didn't. You should have just prefaced it.
Why, Max? Why does it matter if it's women's or men's?
It's not. It's not. But we were just talking about 5 men's games, and then you just switched the topic completely.
Max, you need to be canceled. This is ridiculous.
South Carolina had seven girls scoring double digits tonight, and they had everyone but one person play in multiple figure minutes. And what a performance! 119-38. What a win! It's almost as bad as the beatdown that glass.
Okay, yeah. Next person here, Alex. Pick a game.
I talked about it earlier in the group. The Kansas State game versus Drake. Kansas State might come last in all of Division I. That is the worst team I have ever seen. They couldn't respond to any adversity on their own floor. They couldn't get the ball inside with a huge size advantage, and they didn't shoot the ball well from 3. They looked like the postseason Celtics. They just kept jacking up threes in big moments. And I thought they looked terrible against the Drake team that will be okay in the Missouri Valley, but I just thought Kansas State should have blown their doors off, and they didn't. And they actually lost by 10.
Max?
I think we need to talk about the UNC game. As this totally unbiased college football fan, the fact that they had to stay with, oh my God, who did they play today?
Charleston,
that's right. The fact that they didn't blow them out from the get-go shows that they're still a fraudulent program, and have no business being ranked, despite having one of the top recruiting classes. As Chris says, recruiting doesn't matter, so their team should be bad.
Okay, Mike.
Well, I was gonna say, I guess I'll start with it. Somehow there was a Pac-12 game today that I haven't heard anything about. But Oregon State got a big win over Cal today. Wayne Tinkle, great coach. He's doing a great job down there in Corvallis. On Oregon State, they'll be in the tournament maybe in the next 10 years. He's doing a good job there. But I want to talk about the mysterious Nebraska-St. Louis game that was supposed to happen either today or tomorrow. And it just vanished off the schedule. And then you got Nebraska playing McNeese today. And then tomorrow they play Nevada. And I have no idea where that game came from. So I'm just confused how all this scheduling works. And then I thought St. Louis had some COVID issues, but no, they played a game today. So it makes absolutely no sense to me. What the hell what these schedules are doing? Makes no sense.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to just take this moment to talk about the Big East a little bit, because none of you like to talk about the Big East, but I'll talk about it.
We're moving on.
So, no, I'll start with the couple blowouts from today. Xavier with a big win over Oakland. Michigan plays Oakland this weekend, so that'll be a good game. Xavier won that game by 52 points today. And then my guys from Providence, a very convincing win over Fairfield today. Fairfield's a very good team. They were talking about how they were a dark horse to possibly compete in the double MAC. I think Greg Gant is very improved. Good game from Nate Watson today. And obviously Duke and Reeves are very, very good players. So good win for Providence. Georgetown Butler, kind of close wins. And then how about the Johnnies? Coming all the way back from 3 down with 30 seconds left against St. Peter's to win. A very big win for St. John's. And it looks like UConn is going to pull away and beat Central Connecticut State. So a very good day from the Big East.
Chris, I am shocked you didn't talk about the St. Mary's game.
Well, I'm not going to praise Memphis.
Well, yeah, but you were absolutely losing your mind over St. Mary's.
Yeah, because they suck.
Yeah, well, as it turns out, it's hard to replace 72% of their scoring, which is what they had to replace.
That is true, but I know Chris is a huge opponent of any West Coast Conference school.
That's not true.
Yeah, he's racist. Chris is racist. He only likes the teams with black players, except for Iowa. That's just one exception. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense.
Okay.
You gonna respond to that?
We're gonna move on. Okay. So let's get to the picks here. I gave Alex 4-2, even though we didn't pick any games last week, but that's okay. Alex 4-2, Mike and Luke also 4-2. I went 5-1, so I have a commanding lead in the picks to start the season.
Almost as commanding with my 14-game lead in the football picks.
Okay. So let's get to the games. We'll start with Kansas versus Gonzaga tomorrow. Luke, go ahead. You're muted.
You muted me. Muted me.
Okay, pick the game.
If I'm going to be disrespected on this podcast, I'm never going to come back.
Okay, pick the game.
You're going to pull Alex and just never show up?
Gonzaga.
Okay.
Yep, I'm also picking Gonzaga. I don't like Kansas.
Gonzaga, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Kansas just to switch it up. I don't think Gonzaga plays any good team this on. Like, and they never play this good of a team this early on, in the season.
That's just not true.
It's not true.
No.
Yeah, right. They don't play anybody. They don't play anybody good in their conference. That's what it is.
Yeah, they have to schedule good non-conference, else they wouldn't make the tournament.
Right. You're right. That's my fault. I'll stick with Kansas, just to switch it up.
Mike.
Yeah, I think Gonzaga's the best team in college basketball, so I'm going to take them to win the game. I think they got three of the best players out there.
Yeah, I like Gonzaga. They're a top 5 team. I think they'll win this game. I'm not sure about Kansas. They lost in production from last year, so I'll take Gonzaga.
Yeah, they lost Isaiah Moss, their best player, former Iowa Hawkeye.
Well, he is a good player. Okay, Seton Hall at Louisville.
Seton Hall. I'm not going with Chris Mack in Louisville.
Yeah, I'm also going Louisville because they're not a Big East team.
Yeah, I'm similar to Alex. I'm going with Louisville because Louisville's in the Power 5 and Seton Hall is not.
When is this game? What day is this game?
Friday, I think.
Friday?
Friday.
Yeah, Seton Hall, they lost a lot. And is this game at Louisville?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay, yeah, I'm taking Louisville.
Yeah, Seton Hall lost a lot from last year. They're still a tournament team, but nobody wins at Louisville in November. I don't care how many fans are there or what's going on with the fan situation. Nobody wins there in November. I'll take Louisville.
Except for Kentucky.
Yeah, except for Kentucky.
Every year.
Okay. Gonzaga versus Auburn.
Who? Where's Auburn?
Gonzaga.
Yeah, I'll take Gonzaga.
I will also take Gonzaga.
I will as well.
Yeah, I'll take them as well. Auburn, character counts according to Bruce Pearl, but they're going to take that postseason ban.
The game?
They're going to. I just said I'm taking Gonzaga, but character counts.
You're not going to let me pick the game.
Oh well, you can if you want.
Yeah, you're horrible at this. Say that right now. Yeah, I'm going to take the coach with great character, and it's not the coach that is a NCAA violation right now because he took his players out to the strip club, and then he paid them afterwards, all the money. I'm going to take Gonzaga, and my guy Bruce Pearl. I know there's probably a strip club named Bruce Pearl because he's been to all of them around. They probably named one of them after him. But it's going to be a big win for Gonzaga. Two days in a row.
He's got a couple burgers on the menus named after him.
Okay.
One thing to watch for with Gonzaga is they're playing in Fort Myers. Both of their games are before or at or before 10 a.m. Pacific time. So,
I mean, I think they could play at 2 a.m. and they would destroy Auburn.
Listen, I'm just saying that back-to-back days before 10 a.m. Pacific time.
Okay.
Yeah, that's bad for Bruce Pearl because he stays up late at night on Eastern time.
Yeah, I'm taking Gonzaga. Character counts for Auburn, even though they're put themselves on a postseason ban, so that's good. But I'll take Gonzaga.
That's because character counts.
That's right. All right.
Are we picking Evansville versus Prairie View A&M?
No. Okay. This is a sneaky game here. UCLA at Pepperdine.
UCLA versus Pepperdine. I'll go UCLA.
I'm going with UCLA because they are in the Power 5 and Pepperdine is not.
All right, Chris.
I don't know. I'm going with the upset here. I'm going with Pepperdine.
Yeah, that's exactly why I put this game on here.
I'm not picking UCLA. They're so bad.
All right, Mike.
I don't care if they're ranked.
Coach in the Pac-12.
I don't care if they're ranked. I'm going with Pepperdine because I like them, and I think they're. Chris, you put it as a sneaky game, and I agree with that.
Okay.
Well, sorry. I'm looking at this West Coast Conference coaches poll, to see where people are in the conference, and before Pepperdine's 4th, okay, but BYU got 1 vote to finish number 1 in the conference. BYU. It was 10 coaches. All 10 coaches voted.
Who voted for BYU? The BYU coach?
Mark Few. I have no idea. But the 10 coaches voted, and 1 voted for BYU. Do you think it must have been Mark Few, right?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I don't know.
You're taking UCLA? Make the pick. Let's go.
No, I got to talk about how great this Pepperdine team is. They got Kessler Edwards, first team.
Okay. Mike is taking UCLA. I will also take UCLA.
And, I really do think that Pepperdine's a very good team. They'll keep it close, but I got to take my guy, Mick Cronin.
Yeah.
He's one of the best coaches in college basketball.
Mick Cronin loves the regular season. He'll win this game. I think he's going to win running away. Okay, next game. Mike, is the Notre Dame-Michigan State game, where is that game?
In East Lansing.
Okay, Notre Dame at Michigan State. Luke?
Any day, Luke.
Michigan State. You muted me again.
No, I didn't.
I did.
Alex?
Well, Duke's the only ACC team that wins in East Lansing, so I'm going to go with Michigan State.
Yep, I will also go Michigan State. I just don't think Notre Dame's very good either.
Mike? Interesting game. But if we're going to be a Big Ten contender, we have to beat Notre Dame. I think they're okay. They're possibly a bubble team, but you have to beat them. I'm taking Michigan State.
Yeah, I'm going to take Michigan State as well and blow out here. Okay, Indiana versus Providence.
Indiana.
Indiana because they're not named Providence.
Max?
I'm going to go with Chris here. Switch it up. I'm going to take Providence. I know Chris
Go with
too.
me. Who said I'm taking Providence?
There's no reason why you would put this game in if you weren't taking Providence.
What do you mean? There's your 2 tournament teams going at it.
Mike, Chris,
where is this?
Go ahead, Mike. What?
Where is this game being played?
Maui.
In Maui.
Yes.
No, baloney. It's in Maui.
It says Maui Invitational.
No. The Maui Invitational is in South Dakota this year somewhere. Oh, it's not in Maui. It's certainly not in Maui.
Okay, well, wherever it is, it's a neutral site game. Pick the game. Let's go.
Okay, neutral site game. Okay. Indiana's way better. Listen, this Providence team couldn't win in freaking Evanston against Northwestern. How on earth are they going to beat Indiana? Give me a break. Big East is a joke. Indiana by 35.
Okay,
I'm switching my pick. I'm on Indiana.
This Providence team also went into Philadelphia and beat Villanova last year.
No. That's a Big East team. Providence or Villanova wouldn't finish top 10 in the Big Ten.
Oh my God. Okay.
The Big Ten's they're just way better.
Yeah, that's why the Big Ten hasn't had a champion in 20 years. Okay.
They've had somebody in the Final Four every single year for the last
Doesn't matter.
Years.
Chris,
comparing the Big Ten to the Big East is like comparing the MLB to AAA. You can't do it.
You can make that argument, but
when AAA team would not be good in the MLB.
You can make that argument when you say Villanova would not finish top 10 in the Big East. You deserve to be kicked off the podcast.
They wouldn't. They just wouldn't. It's as simple as that.
Well, explain to me, Chris, why you're picking David Duke in this game.
All right. First of all, I didn't even make a pick yet, so I'm going to make the pick now. The pick here is Providence. Providence is one of my Final Four teams. No doubt about that. They're the 3rd best team in the Big East, as shown by the coaches' poll. So I think they're going to win this game, and I don't think much of Indiana because Archie Miller is a complete joke.
Well, Archie Miller's got his team rolling against Tennessee Tech right now.
All right, next game. St. John's versus Boston College.
I'm going to go with Boston College.
Which St. John's?
The one that just beat St. Peter's.
Well, I hope that nobody's even considering taking St. John's. I'm going with BC.
Max?
I'm going to take BC because they're in the Power 5 and St. John's is not.
That's going to get Chris pissed off.
Look at him.
Okay, when you look at the committee considers Big East
Get
a
in,
power
Chris, get in.
No. You're wrong. It's Power 5. It's always been Power 5.
Get in, Chris.
Mike, make a pick.
I'm taking BC because they're a Power 5 team, and Seton Hall isn't. Where the fuck they're playing? St. John's.
Yeah. I've been wavering on this game. BC,
give me a break. You're taking St. John's. Just don't even try to act like you're
listen,
not.
BC I think is really bad because I just think Jim Christian's a horrible coach. I'm going to roll with the Johnnies in this game. They got a big win over St. Peter's today. I'm taking the Johnnies. All right. Next game.
No way, Chris. I would never have guessed that you would be picking St. John's.
I am. Oakland at Michigan.
No way.
I'll take Michigan.
Wait, what did you say? What is it?
Oakland and Michigan.
I'm taking Michigan. Oakland just lost today by 75.
Yeah, this game will be close. I'm going with Michigan.
Well, you know what they say. The rival of your rival is your friend. And that's why we're good friends with the University of Michigan because Oakland is our biggest rival. And I think Michigan is going to pound Oakland with a 0 for the O. Because that's how many times they've beaten Michigan State. 0.
Yeah, I'm taking Michigan. All right. UMass Lowell at Ohio State.
Ohio State.
I don't think I can go in that little rant I had earlier about Ohio State and then pick UMass Lowell, so I'm going to go with Ohio State.
This is an intriguing matchup, but I'm going to go with Ohio State by 1.
Ohio State close. UMass Lowell's a very good team.
Well, considering that UMass Lowell is a mix between UMass and the Lowell Spinners, it's going to be a tough game for Ohio State. And if you remember last year, the announcer said that UMass Lowell was a second weekend team, so you know it's going to be very close. But I think Ohio State will pull it off in double overtime.
I forgot about that, Mike. That's a good point. Thanks for bringing that up. All right, Houston and Texas Tech.
Texas Tech.
I don't know. This is a toss-up game for me. I really like Houston. I don't think they're that bad, but I'm going to go with Texas Tech.
You got to think about the Rob Gray effect. In this Houston Texas Tech game. But
the Jonas Gray effect.
No, the Rob Gray effect.
Might as well say the Hakeem effect.
Well, Rob Gray almost took out Michigan, didn't he, a couple years ago?
Yeah, they were close. If that guy had made free throws at the end of the game, they would have won.
Right, that was the Jordan Poole game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Texas Tech, but the ghost of Rob Gray may play an impact in this game.
Is he dead?
No, that's what Chris always says.
I've never said that.
You say like a player's effect, that just like the Martin Twins effect.
Yeah, not their ghost. Not their ghost. They didn't die.
Well, his career kind of.
Well, he might have died.
I don't know where he is now.
All right, Mike.
I don't mean any hate on Rob Gray. He was a great college player. I just don't know where he's playing now.
Yeah, he was a great college player. This is interesting. You know, usually Chris Beard teams tend to get better as the year goes on. You typically see that past couple of years. They got Mac McClung, very good player. You know, Texas Tech, they're good. Houston's good too. Kelvin Sampson, top 5 coach in the country. I'm taking Houston.
Okay, I'm going to take Texas Tech here in a blowout because they're a Power 5 team and Houston is not. Power 6 team. And
so
Power 5.
Yeah, I forgot. I forgot about the Pac-12. Sorry.
No. Pac-12
I forgot about the Pac-12.
No.
Well, it's a Power 7 because you got to include the American Athletic.
Okay, let's make these picks here quickly. Texas versus Davidson.
Texas, Power 5.
I don't know. It's a little too early to pick an upset. I'm going with Texas.
Mike?
Luke?
Somebody?
Did Luke pick it?
I picked Texas.
Okay, Mike.
Well, Max, considering you picked Gonzaga over Kansas, and or did you pick Kansas? I can't remember.
I was the only person to pick Kansas because I wanted to switch it up. And
well, did you pick Auburn over Gonzaga?
No, I did not. I picked Gonzaga.
Well, Gonzaga's not a Power 5 team, so that's unexcusable. You can't pick Gonzaga. They're not a Power 5 team. Anyways, what's the teams? Texas and like Southern Utah.
Davidson.
Well, Davidson, they were supposed to be really good last year, and they sucked. So they're going to be even worse this year. I'm taking the flying Shaka Smarts.
Yeah.
Give me Texas.
Texas. Okay, next game. Oklahoma State and Marquette.
Marquette, because Oklahoma State's a horrible fucking program.
Wait, what was the game? I got distracted.
Oklahoma State and Marquette.
I hit the wrong one.
Well, I'm going to bind here because I don't really like Oklahoma State, but I also don't like Marquette because they're a Big East team. I'm going to go with Oklahoma State.
Max?
I'm going to go Oklahoma State. I'm interested to see Kate Cunningham play. I may tune in if it's accessible.
Okay.
Yeah, did Oklahoma State get that big win at UT Arlington today? Did they finish that off?
Yeah, they won.
Yeah, Oklahoma State is going to beat Marquette because they're a Power 5 team, and Marquette's not.
Yeah. Oklahoma State's on a tournament ban. They are definitely checked out, so I'm going to take Marquette here. All right, Michigan State at Duke.
Michigan State.
I would, if this game was, in East Lansing, I'd say Duke, no doubt, because we own East Lansing. But
Duke's played there once in about 10 years, so I don't know.
Nope, we own them. What have you done for me? It's all about what have you done. What have you done for me lately, Mike? What have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately, Mike?
Every other year.
Want to know when our last one? Want to know when our last one, Mike?
Make the pick. Make the pick. Make the pick. Make the pick.
I'm picking Duke. No bias there at all.
Okay.
Really, really no bias at all, I'm sure. I'm going to go with Michigan State. If Foster Lawyer can put up more than 5 points, I'll be amazed.
Mike?
Well, early in the year, what is it? The Conference of Champions Classic, or the hell it's called. We never play well against great teams early. We only beat them late in the year. I'm taking Duke to win the game. Some random guy from Duke I've never heard of is going to put up 45. What's his name did last year for Kentucky. Tyrese Maxey had the greatest game of his life and then went undrafted. I don't even know. I don't think he went undrafted. But,
the first round pick.
He got drafted
he sucks.
Yeah, he was the first rounder.
Yeah, he sucks. But anyway, I'm taking Duke.
Yeah, I'm also taking Duke. I didn't like what I saw from MSU today, so I'll take Duke.
Wait, I thought we were
at least we play a real team.
Duke's not a tournament team.
Who's Michigan playing on Tuesday? Alabama A&M?
I think we play Ball State. Okay. Next game. Next game.
They play NC State's their ACC opponent.
Yes, the next game. Seton Hall at Rhode Island.
It's Rhode Island.
I'll go Rhode Island.
I will also go with URI.
What is this? Seton Hall?
At Rhode Island.
Rhode Island?
Who picked this game, by the way?
What?
I'm assuming Chris.
This game. This is a terrible game.
It's a good game. Mike, who do you have?
Two Big East schools. What do you expect?
Okay. I'm going with the Roadies. I like the way they played today against Arizona State. And Seton Hall, I think, is going to struggle at the beginning of the year because of everything they lost.
No, they got Romaro Gill.
Okay. Kentucky versus Kansas.
Kentucky.
Yeah, I like Kentucky a lot this year. They'll find a way to choke in March, but they should take care of business with Kansas.
Yep, I agree, and I also don't think Kansas is as good as they are appearing to be on paper.
But shout out Kansas, though, scheduling Gonzaga and Kentucky in their first 2 weeks, though. A lot of respect.
Yeah, give me a break.
Mike?
Yeah, Kansas is going to win. Kentucky, listen, you can recruit as well as you want to recruit. When you only have one returning player to your entire program, you're not going to start the season off well. It just never happens. I'm taking Kansas.
I agree with Mike.
They're more experienced.
Yeah, I agree with Mike for that exact point. Okay, Ball State, Michigan.
Michigan.
I'm going to go Michigan.
I will as well.
I don't know. It could be a letdown game for Michigan coming off Oakland, but I think they'll get it done.
Yeah, Michigan. All right, 2 games left, West Virginia and Gonzaga.
Gonzaga.
Yes, I am also picking them.
Yeah, Gonzaga as well. I know West Virginia's a Big 12 team, but can't go against number 1.
Well, I mean, this is the season for Gonzaga. They got about 4 real games, and if they win all 4 of them, they'll be a 1 seed. If they win 3 out of the 4, they'll be a 2. If they win 2 out of the 4, they'll be like a 5. If they lose all 4, they'll be like a 10. This is their season. I think they'll show up. I'll take Gonzaga.
I'll take Gonzaga as well.
Why isn't it? No, I was just going to ask, why isn't the Pac-12 ever talk to Gonzaga about picking them up?
Because they don't want to join Pac-12. The WCC is a better conference.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to take Gonzaga here. I think West Virginia will keep it close, but they did struggle today. So I'm going to take Gonzaga. All right, last game, Illinois and Baylor.
Illinois.
I've heard a lot of good things about Illinois.
Illinois, they look really good today.
Well, I've been on the Illinois bandwagon since the preseason, since last January. Not last January, like last April. Really like what Illinois brought in, but they still haven't really gelled together. It's only only going to be their second game together. Baylor very experienced, although those COVID issues are kind of got me leaning towards Illinois. I was going to pick Baylor, but I'm going to take Illinois now.
I'm going to take Baylor here. The very experienced team. They're just rock solid. Top 3 team in the country. I'll take Baylor. All right. Anything else to say before we end?
Yeah, rip to Diego Maradona, did a shit ton of cocaine and just had a heart attack and died.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, shout out to Juwan Howard. Horrible coach. Can't recruit. Can't do in-game adjustments. And we still own them. So,
all right. Yeah, well, we're 1-0 on our last one against you. So that's going to do it for today's podcast. We'll be back with football at some point. What, Alex?
Mike, doesn't Juwan Howard have like a top 3 recruiting class coming in?
Number 1.
No, but they're all.
I thought he couldn't recruit. No.
They're all Michigan State hand-me-downs. They're all Michigan State hand-me-downs.
Yeah, you're getting Michigan State sloppy seconds.
Okay,
Exactly.
That's going to do it. Thank you for watching. We'll be back at some
He's
point.
got his grimy hands on them, and he said